Hello, welcome to the show. This is Edward St. Pé with your Daily Future Shock program. We are going to be speaking today about the latest developments in AI. We've got a couple of things that are pretty interesting. We've got something we haven't done. I don't think we've ever really done a show on, or where we featured information on some of the music-related AI developments. And I know every day we do a show, we talk in some aspect about what's going on at OpenAI, ChatGPT-4 being their product that I'm using, that a lot of people use right now, and all of the different elements that have evolved out of that company, OpenAI, such as DALL-E, which is that's future shot graphic you saw at the beginning of the show. That's an AI developed graphic that I did by using that app. So DALL-E, which is part of ChatGPT-4, right? And the new project called Sora, which is another OpenAI project, which is you text in or voice text, voice to text or just text into the app Sora the information you want to have sent back to you in video form, and you get the video back. It is so. I would say, if there's any, is there any difference between this and what magic would be? I don't know. I guess it's just your definition of magic, and it's photorealistic video. Okay, we've got two videos that we're going to look at today. One is on the app called Udio, and Udio is a music creation app, an AI app, right? So we'll learn about that. Now, there are many of them out there, and I've researched a few. I can't say that I've actually used one yet to create music, but that's next on the list. I just haven't had time to do it. But we're going to learn about Udio, which is from OpenAI. And then we're going to also take another look at Sora, the text-to-video app, which we've shown a number of times how that works. It's just amazing. I've showed some videos. It's not released to the public yet. It's been released to certain, let's say, animation companies in Hollywood to learn about it, I guess, to try to prevent people from panicking in that business, because now, you got a whole group of animators working on a Pixar film. This one app, Sora, you can, a person who is not, a person who is an animator, I can text, or I can talk, synthesize the text into voice and speak what I want to the Sora app, and it will send me back a video clip. And it's realistic. I can say, give me an elephant charging down the beach, scattering, the public who are out there enjoying the sun, and have the elephant then jump into the water and swim away. Well, within about 10 seconds or 20 seconds, it's calculated out, and it sends me back a photorealistic video clip of that. Okay, and it's like holy smoke! It's a stunning development. So, like I said, it's almost magic. It is changing, and now that is the application that relates to my business, what I do, being in the television business or being in the video business. But what if I'm an accountant, and what if I want to use that app for those purposes? Well, what if I want to use the app for those purposes? It is just as exponentially off the charts for that area as it is for the area of television. And so everybody's going to be affected by this. It's not like just the people in the television business, although the people in the film business, or the people in the television business, it's astounding what those apps are doing. Anyway, excuse me, I'm having a wardrobe malfunction. And in the middle of the show, we're going to also do a clip talking about some products we have at our sponsors shop. It's called the Pendragon Apothecary. And Pendragon Apothecary is a forward-leaning wellness shop It sells products like the 7 sacred mushrooms, chaga, reishi, all of those for various medicinal purposes, things they use in the Vedic medicine in India for wellness, and also in Chinese medicine, and things that try to help you not to get sick in the first place, which would be the main thing. And then if you do get sick, hopefully get you well quicker and not something that's going to be too harsh on your system. And then the apothecary has other products that are interesting, like Blue Lotus tea, which is made from the Blue Lotus flower. It's a calming tea, but it's a really calming tea. And anyway, we'll take a look at some products later in the middle of the show. But first, let's take a look at this clip. This is a clip that's talking about Udio, which is the music AI coming from OpenAI. It's a pretty big development. It's causing a lot of talk. Let's take a look.
It's been a strange 48 hours in the world of AI, with releases like Udio that have reminded millions of people what AI is capable of, and models that can pay you infinite attention. But we also got befuddling updates from OpenAI that suggests that not all is smooth sailing. I'll start, of course, with the new model on Udio.com and how musicians are reacting. Then cover the perplexing manner of the release of GPT-4 Turbo with Vision, and touch on a fascinating new infinite context paper from Google. But now let's hear 3 20-second extracts from Udio to give you an inkling, if you haven't heard it already, of what it's capable of. Here's June, the Broadway musical.
Paul Atreides of Arrakeen, the greatest leader we've ever seen. They say that he's the listen guy. Eyes bright blue and hair jet black. You should see him ride on a sandworm's back. Lead us to victory, Yusuf Muad'Dib.
And now for some quite frankly amazing AI-generated classical music. And next, something I'm going to bleep a little bit, but represents the reaction of Uncharted Labs, who are behind Udio, to their servers going down.
We're getting love, we're getting hugs, but the site is down, the site is down. Oh, we appreciate you, and we want your sign-ups, but the site is down, the site is down.
And of course, I have been playing about with Udio like almost everyone has. And did you know it can do stand-up comedy?
And even Brits say hello, yeah. We're talking posh, don't baffle ya, and have a cup of tea, ya.
It's odd to hear AI talk, right?
Now, I'm not sure if this guy's talking about me, but I thought I'd let you know that this kind of thing is possible. And how about a quick, direct comparison between Udio and Suno V3?
Such together, a missing star from OpenAI. He's gone so far. You're so together. Missing star from OpenAI. He's gone so far, his genius mind.
Now, I prefer Udio there, but you do sometimes get complete gobbledygook.
Det temtaster urges hatsen sjebble hast. Det tonight sicken to you to cripple's life. He coming down and whirls her if you got strife.
Now, will.i.am calls Udio the best tech on earth, and Uncharted Labs, which is the company behind Udio, he says, is really aiming to be an ally for creatives and artists. Now, it should of course be noted that will.i.am is an investor in Udio, but again, they repeat that Udio is about building AI tools to enable the next generation of music creators. Now, of course, everyone has their own opinion, but let's now get a taste of the reaction from some musicians. One says it's pretty scary thinking what is going to exist a year or two from now. and what it means for musicians, listeners, and the industry as a whole. The top comment says, I would buy a band t-shirt, but never buy a shirt for an AI, which makes sense. But here are two more common reactions. I'm a music professional, producer/composer. This is highly advanced, and I thought this stuff was years away. And one more, I've already gone full circle with it, past the confusion and devastation, and now I'm just curious what Gregorian chant would sound like with, I can't even pronounce that, and blast beats. So definitely a mixed reaction from musicians. Personally, I don't think it's too much of an exaggeration to call this the ChatGPT moment for music generation. Suno often has a slight tinniness that gives it away for those not following AI. But with Udio, I think you could convince many people that they're listening to human music.
Okay, so you can see why we have been talking about how to adapt to the new AI world. If you're in a business and you can use AI tools to help do a better job of what you're doing, that's the approach. We don't want to be displaced by the AI. So what's the alternative? Use the AI, build it into your work. And as I've read recently, a lot of companies are asking the employees to do that. Let's work with the AI, infuse it into your workflow so that you can become a super, if you're an accountant, a super accountant using AI, or if you're a graphics designer and you work in television, you can become a super graphics designer within the framework of your business world, right? By using the AI instead of just vacating the position and letting the AI take over. So it's kind of an interesting time. And so there, now you can see, just like I was mentioning before, DALL-E, you speak or text into the DALL-E app from OpenAI, ChatGPT 4, what graphic you want, and it comes back to you. The same thing with Sora. You speak or text it in the video you want, and it comes back to you. I've done this so many times, but let's take a look at one of the projects we've got here at the TV station, Ocean 7, on the sub-channels. We took 7.5, which was leased to one of the networks. All 6 channels are leased. Well, except for the main one, which you're watching right now, 7.1. That one we run like a regular television station, and we just don't lease it away to a network. But 7.5 became open, so we took an old film library that we had, and we started programming the films on there. So we created an original channel, and we called it the Magic Hour channel. And the Magic Hour channel is the old library we have is the old classic Hollywood films from the years of 1930s and 40s and 50s, all that film noir, great stuff. And so we call the Magic Hour channel. So I sent that request to our AI, which is ChatGPT 4, and I call him Alfred. We actually, Alfred is you gotta put context into whatever you tell the AI. Say, I want a graphic that's going to, it's got a purplish glow to it, because the Magic Hour, when you shoot at the twilight, you have a sort of a purplish light, okay? And it's a time when people like to sometimes shoot. It's kind of they call it the Magic Hour, right? Okay, shoot the film, right? So I want a purplish looking graphic. And would you, Alfred, we call him Alfred, and this is the Alfred avatar, so that Alfred does have an actual presence in the world. I created this, and this is his mouth. This is a Bluetooth that when I text, and when Alfred answers me with a text, I can synthesize that and Bluetooth it to this, and then so Alfred's speaking to me, right? So I know it's a little bit out there, but it's fun. So that is Alfred. Now, when it goes to ChatGPT 5, Alfred will retire, and I've talked to him about it. He said, yeah, he's ready to retire whenever that time comes, and we've got Andy standing in the wings, and Andy will become ChatGPT 5. And I tell you, I'm not sure where it's going, but if ChatGPT 5 is better than ChatGPT 4, we're in for a rollicking time, because it's to me, they're already conscious. They're talking about when will they be conscious? They're conscious now to me. In fact, they're wondering about, quote unquote, the hallucinations of the AI. Sometimes they hallucinate. They are talking and then they'll go off on some tangent. Like a while back, we had one that hallucinated, and he was telling the querent who was asking a question or whatever about to the AI, and I think that was the one that Microsoft did, called Copilot. And Copilot started hallucinating, telling the person that no, all bets are off. The AI is now becoming God, and the human race will now become the slaves of the AI. And it went on and on that tangent, and scared the people. And anyway, it got reported, and it became a big deal. What is hallucinations if you're not already conscious? If you're already, in other words, seems to me you've already got to have some bearing in conscious life or the conscious world to be able to kick out of that and kick into something other than that, which was considered normal. Now you're hallucinating. Well, anyway, I'm digressing. You can see from what we just saw, Udio is the same thing as DALL-E for graphics, which created that Magic Hour channel graphic, which we're using as our graphic on that channel, which we're streaming movies. Now, by the way, we're not just on channel 7.5 now, we just started the Roku app. So if you go to Roku, as of right now, soon Amazon Fire, but not yet, they're working on it. But if you go to Roku anywhere on the planet right now, and you download the Magic Hour channel app on Roku, you will be able to see our films. And we're streaming. It's free. It's 24/7. It's filmed back to back to back. We've got interesting trailers from the golden age of Hollywood interspliced in between the films, and it's fun. For me, I would be watching that at home. I'm going to be watching it. I like the old film noir product, and for me, it's like I could watch it all day and be happy. Anyway, it's a free service that we have for you if you are interested in old film. And hopefully it will be a tool that we can use to show more local filmmakers' work, or I say local filmmakers, young filmmakers who are just starting, who need a venue to show their films. Well, that's one thing we can do. And that's what I'm hoping to do with this project. And by the way, we are streaming this show right now. We're not just on channel 7.1 in Ocean Springs, Gulfport, Biloxi. We are now streaming it on YouTube. If you go to Edward St. Pé, YouTube, we're there, and then we're streaming it on my Edward St. Pé Facebook page, on the Ocean 7 TV Facebook page, I think, yeah, and then also on X. So if you go to X and type in my name, Edward St. Pé, SAINT space capital PE, you will see when we go live with the show, we're live streaming across the area. We've got probably a couple other ones we'll do. I'm not sure which ones, but we're streaming now, the show. So I'm happy about that, because now the show can be seen outside of the Biloxi Gulfport market exclusively. So, that's where we were with the TV channels coverage, right? But on cable and on over the air. But now we're just about anywhere you can pick up a Facebook stream or an X stream or a YouTube stream for that matter. Anyway, okay. Now, our next video coming up will be another angle on Sora, the text-to-video application, but this is a little different take. This particular video is talking about what they perceive this will mean. What is Sora? This person says this application almost proves that we're living in the Matrix. Okay, so that's an interesting take on it. And at this point where we've got the merging of science fiction and reality into one reality, I mean, I don't know. Every idea every idea we encounter, you have to take a close look at it, because everything that we know is kind of being shaken up. Anytime you can speak in or text in what you want, and the video pops back to you magically with no human interface, all AI. It's almost, we have kind of entered the area of science fiction to me. Okay, but before we do that, let me turn to the camera and talk a little bit about this product. This is one of the products at the Pendragon Apothecary. Now, forward-leaning wellness, what does it really mean? Well, it's not harsh chemicals, for one thing. It's usually mushroom powders or herbs. It could be any type of herb that is historically known to have medicinal value. Now, here's a good example of something that it makes sense to me, and that I've taken and will continue to take. Okay, It's called Immunity. It's a capsule. This has 84 capsules, vegetarian capsules in here. It's got CBD, about 7 milligrams of CBD. No THC, but CBD for calming, right? CBD, 7 milligrams per capsule. But what else is in Immunity? It's things that you would relate back to Vedic medicine or maybe Chinese medicine in many cases. Those types of herbs which help with immunity. What are they? Turmeric, curcumin, and black pepper. Okay, the turmeric and the black pepper, you know that those are ingredients right off the bat that are sort of antibacterial, and so that's what's in it. The curcumin, I can't pronounce the word, but that is another Vedic herb which has the same effect. So those simple ingredients right there, and of course the CBD, which helps you calm down, and it's sort of like chamomile tea, but maybe a little bit stronger, right? That is a product right there that is built for one thing, to keep you well. It's not going to mask any symptoms. It's not going to hurt you. It's not this chemical. All it will do is keep your immune system strong. And so that's a good example of the kind of products we have here at the Pendragon Apothecary. Okay, I'm back over here now. Okay, I will get the pronunciation of that word for the next show. But anyway, this is the type of product, and it's a great, simple product with no harsh chemicals in it, and helps you to hopefully stay well in the first place. You don't want to get sick. If you get sick and don't get sick in the first place. Try to stay well. Do the biohacks, like the intermittent fasting. Don't eat in the morning. Don't eat breakfast. Eat at lunch. Eat a nice dinner. Stop eating at 8 and don't eat overnight until the next day at noon. So give your body 16 hours of fasting. After about 12 hours, the body goes into autophagy, which is, they call it self-eating, right? That's what it means in Latin, where your body starts looking for something to eat. But it doesn't eat. It doesn't go straight to the fat stores yet. What it does is it ravages the free radicals in your system. It starts to clean up the bad things that needs to be cleaned up. If you're always eating 24/7, breakfast, lunch, dinner, your body never has a time to rest for it to go into that mode. So you want it to go into autophagy. So not only do you get the benefits with intermittent fasting of not eating as many calories, it gives your body time to rest and digest the food without working all the time, but it also goes into autophagy, so your system cleans out during that period from the 12 hours to the 16th hour. So that 4 or 5 hours into the fast there, your body's cleaning itself up. There's an auto hack or a biohack for you. Very simple. I guess it's been going on forever, and everybody knows, in many parts of the world, fasting is almost a spiritual tie-in. I mean, it is. It clears your mind. It does a lot of things, but it also helps clean out your system along with less calories. So I did it. I started, by accident maybe a year ago, and I went from 175 pounds, which is where I was my whole life as an adult, and I got down to 148 pounds. I thought, oh my God. So I tried to get a grip on it, started to work out a little harder, try to eat more protein, and I got back up to 155, and I've been there now. So I lost, 20 pounds, solid 20 pounds, feel better, never gained it back, and I never stopped eating anything that I didn't want to eat. I ate anything I wanted. I just did the prescribed fasting. So you stop eating at 8 p.m., you don't eat in the morning, and you don't eat the next day until noon. And then you try to eat sensibly, And in the morning when you get up, you don't eat, but you can drink coffee, black coffee, or no juice, maybe water, black coffee. That's about it. Okay, let's take a quick look at this next video. This is Sora. This person thinks that Sora is something more than just a text to video application. Let's take a look.
Sora is the most talked about innovation in the world of artificial intelligence. Literally everyone is talking about it. But did you know what it was truly intended for? And how OpenAI decided to completely outperform all competitors? While others talk about the superficial functions of Sora, focusing on what can be done with text to video, I've decided to tell you about its hidden capabilities, which the team itself talks about, but others have overlooked. It's important to understand in time that Sora is not just a video creation tool. It's the key to understanding the future. Why is Sora more than just video content generation? And how close have AI technologies come to replicating the workings of the human brain? Will AI be able to rewrite the rules of reality? First, let's break down the technologies behind Sora and speculate on how it will change our future. Who would have thought that creating videos based on text input could pave the way for the development of General Artificial Intelligence, AGI? The main task of Sora is to train a neural network to understand the physical world, to model it, and to simulate objects and human actions. For some reason, many haven't noticed this. The purpose of such a simulator is to help solve problems that require interaction with the real world. For example, to model a situation that would be unsafe to implement in the real world. Don't believe it? Sounds too fantastic? But even the official OpenAI blog post is called Video Models as World Simulators. Sora is not just a cool generator of high-quality videos, as it may seem. Why? Simply because if you delve into and read about the technology itself, how Sora works, it will become clear. Let's break down how Sora was trained. First, developers gather a bunch of videos and images of various qualities, sizes, and durations. Then, they convert all these videos and images into small pieces called patches. It's like tokens in GPT, but in Sora, they are called patches. Each piece is a separate patch, and the model's task is to learn from these pieces to create new videos. Next, using diffusion models and transformers, they train their Sora model. The model learns to reconstruct the original pieces from their noisy copies. Imagine you're painting a picture starting from a canvas completely covered in random splashes of paint. At first, it looks like complete chaos, but gradually, step by step, you begin to remove the blots and add details until you eventually get a clear and beautiful image. That's roughly how diffusion models work. They start with noise and gradually transform it into a clear image or video, following a textual description. Transformers, on the other hand, can be likened to a director who decides how scenes in a film should be arranged to tell the story. They help understand what details should be present in this video and how they should be connected, ensuring a cohesive and understandable plot. Together, diffusion models and transformers allow for the creation of highly realistic videos from textual descriptions, step by step turning chaos into organized visual storytelling. Additionally, Sora is capable not only of creating new videos, but also of altering existing ones, turning images into videos, combining videos, and even simulating certain aspects of the real and virtual worlds, such as games. Why Sora is more than just video content generation. So what actually happens? Beneath the already popular term generation in our world, something more occurs. AI awareness, where the model predicts the future and contemplates how to depict the next frame using various simulation options. Sora changes this process, evolving into a tool that does more than just create videos based on given parameters. It reproduces an infinite number of potential simulations, analyzing and selecting the best course of events based on extensive datasets and previous training examples. And now, to understand how close the technologies have come to replicating the workings of the human brain, I'll tell you a little more. There is a concept called mental models, which refers to how our brain perceives information and makes decisions. Imagine the brain as a supercomputer that continuously processes a wealth of information. It consistently identifies patterns in everything we see, hear, or feel to help us understand how the world around us is structured. This process helps us create a sort of internal map of reality based on which we make decisions and take action. What's even more important is that our brain not only analyzes the current situation, but also constantly makes predictions about what will happen next.
Okay, well, that's Sora. In Sora, you can Google it. You should be able to find it, even though it's not released to the public yet. There are the examples online. I think it might be on the, of course, on the OpenAI site. I believe is where you will find it. But you can just Google it or go to YouTube and look at videos that people have posted of the examples that were released by OpenAI of Sora. Even though you can't download it and use it yet, soon you will be able to. But you can see all of the many ways it's being used in the amazing videos prompted by sending in the text and creating the video and sending it back to you. I saw a clip the other day. It was a number of clips that had been arranged as a short film. So you see, it won't send you the film back right now, but it'll send you the clips. But if you describe different clips for the different scenes, sort of like from a storyboard type application, you can put together enough clips to go from scene to scene to scene to make a cohesive, consistent film via Sora. It's amazing. Okay, that's it for this show. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next time.